Hello, my people. Now, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, for wherever on a day today. This story they happen for Kano. I think not the only thing I go listen to this because this has been ongoing in Nigeria, most all states, from time immemorial. Up till now, it's still happening. But thank God for bringing a bold governor when he say he not go agree and he want to change things back to how it should be. Okay, so this happened in Kano some years ago, about 2019, where a sitting Emma was dethroned, because the government don't like how he operates, being a social critic. They say his tongue are too fast for their liking and they keep opposing to their affairs. Now they say, no, say this man, he get to leave. In fact, now they constituted a law when he go change the law whether they govern Ganduje Emirate for years to the law when he go feel allow them to dethrone him. So they instituted a law and he was dethroned. So this governor came in now, this new governor came in, and in May this year, 2024, they reconstituted the law, changing that law that seated him and dethroned the current Emir of Kano, going back to what it used to be, which is what the people are known to be. Okay, so I say this as a political win shot from the former governor Ganduje, who says he not like the way the man they talk. Say the man to the talk and they cover it. Okay, being a social critic, say not like social critic when they interfere into his government. Now the throne. Now this is not the same Governor Ganduje when he take bribe. If I remember, that was caught taking bribe 5 years ago. And what happened? The matter still in court up to today. Now I think it's time for EFCC to see what they do about that case, because he denied the case and went to court to stop EFCC from opening that case again. All right, so I believe this is now a good opportunity for them to revisit the case and let justice be done. Okay, currently now for Kano, the former emir, when was dethroned in May here, they were asked to leave the throne, but this matter still go on in the court and the rest of it. They still the battle. Only God know how that one could go. So not to talk too much story, make una listen to these videos and we're gonna make una voices heard. Let justice prevail, whichever way they want to go to. I'm not political. I just want justice to be done. Make una listen. I'm gonna share more lights. And wanna not forget to like the video if not better to now see, and to make comments based on how I see them too. How I see them will go along from there. All right. Thank you so very much for listening and have a good view. Bye bye.
At this point in time, I'm going to hand over. Okay. The speaker.
No, just sit down.
The speaker is handed over the law. His Excellency the Elected Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Abba Kabir Yusuf. This is the beginning and new beginning for the history of Kano.
Thank you.
The history, the lost glory of Kano of over 1,000 years has been restored by just an action of a good leader. His Excellency the Elected Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Abba Kabir Yusuf.
Check your
In
time.
accordance
Check
with the
your
mandate
time.
given to him.
5 now. Good.
Thank you very much. His Excellency is going to address members of the press. The speech is going to be short and self-explanatory. So we don't expect questions or any other explanation. Thank you, Excellency.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم. The Deputy Governor of Kano State, Comrade Aminu Abdusalam Gwarzo, Speaker, Kano State House of Assembly, Honorable Ismail Falgore, and other principal officers of the State Assembly here present, the Secretary to the State Government, the Special Advisor on Legislative Affairs, Cabinet members, Chief of Staff, gentlemen of the press, other distinguished Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My fellow good people of Kano State, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Today, the 23rd of May, 2024, which is equivalent to the 15th of Zulqa'dah, 1445, after Hijrah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. By the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Kano State House of Assembly have concluded one of their constitutional legislative duties that they started a few days ago. Today, the Kano State Emirate Council Law 2019, the Kano State Emirs Appointment and Deposition Amendment Law 2019, and the Kano State Emirates Council Amendment Law 2019 that balkanized the over 1,000-year-old Kano Emirate has been repealed. A moment ago, I have also exercised my constitutional duty by signing the Kano State Emirates Council Repeal Bill 2024 into law. From the very moment I signed the bill into law, it means that all appointments made in accordance with that 2019 law are voided, and the balkanized Kano Emirate has been restored to its original pre-2019 status. In favor of the 2019 law means that there is no emir in Kano State as at now, except the reinstated emir according to that law. Guided by the provisions of the Kano State Chiefs and Emirs Appointment and Deposition Law 1984 and the Kano State Emirate Council Repeal Law 2024, with full support of the kingmakers, I have approved the reappointment of Malam Sunusi Lami popularly known as Muhammadu Sunusi II, as the new Emir of Kano. May I announce that the 5 former emirs affected by the Kano Emirates Repeal Law 2024 are given 48 hours from this hour to vacate official residences, palaces, offices, and equally hand over all properties of the former emirates to the Honorable Commissioner for Local Governments and Chieftaincy Affairs, who also doubles as the Deputy Governor of Kano State. While extending my best wishes and fervent prayers for the success, guidance, and protection of the new Emir, I wish to call on all the good people of our dear state to continue to go about their normal day-to-day businesses peacefully. May I seize this opportunity to also reiterate my gratitude and appreciation to the good people of Kano State for their support, cooperation, and prayers at all times. I want to seize this opportunity to urge all of you to continue to pray for our dear state and our administration at all times. Let us unite and join forces together to collectively rebuild our dear state. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His infinite mercy and wisdom, continue to guide, and elevate our dear state. Amen. Summa Amen. Let me equally seize this opportunity to thank all the security agencies for their promptness in ensuring the protection of lives and properties of our people. May I also seize this opportunity to most humbly thank distinguished members of the press for your support, for your understanding, for disseminating information as it should be disseminated for the consumption of members of the public. I thank you all. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
A lot of people have not heard your mind on the former Emir, Muhammadu Sanusi.
Yeah.
What is the real story behind the situation at the time?
Well, the real story is that the Emir of Kano, the deposed Emir of Kano, did not understand the responsibilities of a traditional ruler, especially for a strong institution with that of Kano. You see, the Emir of Kano was a social critic, a celebrated social critic. And there was nothing wrong with that because he's an educated person. There's freedom of speech. Let me give you one example. When I was a deputy governor, and my former governor, Konkoso, was the governor of Kano State, Sunusi was an executive director in a bank. And he made a statement that instead of providing water in Kano State, we are building a house in Abuja. That is the house belonging to Kano State government, like any other, the lodge, the governance lodge in Asakoro. And also he said, while we were paving the roads with tiles in order those who are walking along the street can also walk smoothly, he said, instead of us renovating schools, we are putting, such pavements. So you can see that it was a social critic. Of course, in governance, you have to do so many things at the same time. You do not say you will do this, you will stop all other things. That was a social critic. I could remember my governor said either the bank should sack him or we should withdraw our account from that bank. And the government, the bank did not sack him. So we withdrew 969 million naira from that bank. I could remember the figures precisely. You see, that was the work of a social critic. But when we became the Emir of Kano, he refused to change from that stature to the stature of a traditional ruler. He's an economist, but he failed to understand. In economics, you have to inherit assets and liability. But in economy, he only inherited the assets of the traditional institution by giving orders, staying in a mansion, dressing gorgeously, being addressed as a king. But the liability of that institution, you have to watch your words. You have to watch your tongue. And he didn't do that. That was a problem. That was the biggest problem, that he could not change his mode of life from social critic to an institution. As of now, that institution does not afford a social critic of his type. You will have problem with the society. He was destroying the institution. This tongue that you are seeing is a very dangerous organ in the body. In fact, even politicians, the greatest enemy of a politician is his tongue. Because you said something yesterday, and today you are contradicting yourself. That is your tongue. That is why God, in His mercy, decided to provide so many layers for the tongue. You have the lips, you have the teeth in order to protect your tongue, and it is also left in a liquid so that it doesn't come brittle. All these are arrangements in order to have a break for the tongue. But Sunusi was able to break all the walls. Even the traditional rulers, they added another layer by covering it like this. Covering like this means don't talk anyhow. If you don't know, that is the meaning of this. Don't talk anyhow.
And that's why you had a problem with him.
Yes, that's when we had a problem with him. He was destroying the institution. That was one thing. The second thing was that, you see, there is claim and counter-claim about the creation of emirates, additional emirates in Kano. Abubakar Rimi attempted to create emirates, and he created emirates. But unfortunately, Abubakar Rimi did not provide the legal backing to the emirates. And therefore, another governor came and changed it. So, because of public demand from those areas, that is one, demand from those areas. Two, because of history. Three, because of deepening and widening the role of traditional institutions in governance. That is very, very important. These three basic reasons, we decided to create more emirates. And we didn't create them just off head like that. We followed history. We followed the demand of the people. We created the emirates. He challenged it in the court of law. When he said the law was wrong, we look at the law. Yes, we say it's okay. We corrected the law. He went back to the court, challenging it. Now, how can the leader of a traditional institution coexist with a government in litigation all the time?
But it does look like you're planning to weaken his powers.
As I told you, three reasons. Not weakening his powers. His powers are not more important than the development of the people. His powers are not more important than the aspirations of the people. His powers are not more important than the historical antecedents of these people. That is the situation. So it was not the creation of the emirates in order to punish him. It was not like that. But he had no power to challenge. Was he not created out of law? Was he not a legal instrument that made him the Emir of Kano? Then why is he challenging legal instruments to create other emirs in the state? So these are the problems that he was heading to destroy the system on one side, and also he was trying to create a parallel government. He was trying to challenge the government on legitimate issues, which is not acceptable to me. And I don't think any reasonable governor, it will be acceptable to him. That is why we took that action. It was painful, but we had to do it in order to save the system. But look at his antecedents to start with. Was he not a governor of Central Bank? Was he not employed by late Yaradua? Before Yaradua died, he was criticizing the 7-point agenda of Yaradua. What was his problem? As a governor of Central Bank, he had the opportunity to go and see Yaradua either in the day or in the night to advise him, look, your 7-point agenda is faulty. Why not do it this way? Why not do it that way? Why did he go to the air? God so kind, late Yaradua could not remove him because he didn't last long. Now, look at the time of Jonathan. Jonathan inherited him from Yaradua. Jonathan allowed him to continue as a governor of Central Bank. And he said billions of dollars were missing. He went to the air instead of conferring with Jonathan. And then he was proved wrong. So what kind of a governor of a central bank? People would take his word serious.
So, Governor, what you do?
I'm trying to show you his antecedents. I'm trying to show you the type of person he was.
In deposing him, if you had the opportunity, would you do it again?
Definitely. I have no regret because he was destroying the system.
Governor Ganduje, I must sincerely thank you again. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
The chairman of the Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission, Muhuyi Rimigado, has confirmed that a forensic analysis has determined the authenticity of a viral video showing former Kano State Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje allegedly accepting bundles of dollar notes as a bribe. The video, which gained widespread attention in 2017, has faced intense scrutiny. Remigado acknowledged significant pressure he faced to determine whether Ganduje was innocent or guilty following the video's release. The investigation into the allegations against Ganduje began in 2018, but due to his immunity as the former governor, proving his guilt or innocence posed a considerable challenge. Governor Ganduje had initially denied the content of the video and maintained his innocence. The Kano State House of Assembly formed a committee to investigate the allegations, but their findings were not submitted before a new assembly was inaugurated on July 4, 2023. In response to the matter, Ganduje took legal action by filing a suit in the Kano State High Court seeking to prevent the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission from investigating him regarding the video. The former Attorney General of the state representing Ganduje requested that the court restrain the EFCC until a separate lawsuit between Ganduje and the publisher of the Daily Nigerian, Jafar, is resolved.
People, don't forget to click the like button and share if you like what you've watched. Thank you very much.